I mean, it was pretty sure that with 2.2 coming, with the platformer mode that we're gonna get, that there are gonna be a lot of issues because usually we are used to these, non-stop levels of Geometry Dash that basically just keep moving forward. And we've been used to this for about 10 years now, and all of a sudden we get a completely new different game type, which is called the platformer mode. And with it came a bunch of issues that I want to address today, and perhaps how we can fix them together, because I think we should have a huge impact on the whole industry of the Geometry Dash platformer levels, because I do think that they have a lot of potential in the future, especially seeing that the first legendary level was actually a platformer level. And I've also talked about how Geometry Dash 2.2 is specifically made to be a rather platformer game, like Robtop more focused on the platformer section of the game, and this can be seen in Dash. And if you compare Dash to the tower levels, I've talked about how Dash pretty much fell off in decoration after the preview stopped, and how the ending part was pretty cool, but the tower was way better in my opinion. I think Robtop just wanted to see what the community would think about platformer levels, because many times he has said that he has a lot of ideas for platformer mode, but for first, he just want to see how we react to it. And if we like it, he's going to add a lot more stuff in it in 2.3, which I'm really excited for. But for now, let's actually talk and dive deep into the issue of platformer levels. As you can see, I play a lot of platformer levels. They are all very cool. However, there are a bunch of issues with them. For example, we have the level by ML500. This is a level that took me about 15 minutes to complete. Overall, this level was really fun. However, there was a boss fight at the end, and the boss fight at the end, you had no health, so if you touch the boss fight, you are dead, and it just felt very unbalanced. And to be fair, I really like things when they are very unbalanced, because that's obviously how a level should feel like. You should not really feel like the difficulty of the level is consistent throughout the whole level. I think it should like change and see like there's something dramatic, so it has to be way harder. And I do understand that. However, I don't think it's worth 9 moons anymore, because if you take on a look at a different level that I also complete, this one, it's a 8 moon. It took me 3 minutes, and the other one just took me 15 minutes for 9 moons. So you can see the problem here. And the same issue was actually with Colon's level, which was eventually re-rated. It was a 7-star, now it's a 9 moons. It was a moon, it was a moon all along. But I think the main issue here is that either Robtop is not playing the levels through their entirety, like he's not playing the levels until the end, which I think he should do, which is a point that I'm gonna go over in a bit. But I think Robtop should definitely check out these levels until the end and see the difficulty, and don't really care about, yeah, he said 10-star. I think this should have been like a demon. Maybe that's because we are new to platformer mode, and I think this is also a big issue because like we are completely new to this game mode. We don't know how the physics feel, we have to basically relearn every single thing. How the ship functions, how the ball functions and stuff like that. So it is quite hard for us to really determine what the difficulty should be in the first place. So I can see why this is like not very easy to handle. However, I think the moderators that send these levels should definitely check out the level until the end. No matter what it is, they should not send the level until it has been played until the end and the difficulty has been determined. Because, for example, if my level that I uploaded, my platformer level, it was supposed to be a 4-star, 4 or 5-star, but then I realized that, platformer mode, it's hard, and I already know the level, which is why I think it's easy. So I just said, okay, let's just bump up the difficulty, just make it a 7, so that people don't really get too mad about it. Because it's still, like, this is harder than you would do as a normal level, like a 7-star level, because this game mode is completely new to us. And the reason why I said that Robtop should definitely play the levels until the end is because we are currently in the era of evolving all platformer levels. We are basically at the root of this. So if the levels right now are already garbage, this is how things are going to continue. If, for example, there's a level that, I don't know, I'm not going to pick any level, but if there's, for example, a level that has been rated or featured, which is not really cool, for example, you can't really tell what's background and what's killing you and what's, and the difficulty is very weird and stuff like that, and people see that it's featured, they're gonna try their best and replicate that, because people also want to get a featured level. So I think in these few months right now, Robtop should definitely play the levels until the end, and determine if they should really be worth the rating that he's going to give it. Because these levels that are currently coming out, they are basically the inspiration for years to come for the platformer mode. So definitely take your time and play all of these levels until the end. Because if they see, for example, this is a legendary, of course, everybody is just going to see, why is this a legendary? Probably because it's very, very long, and it's also made by the W creator, so I can't really do a legendary level anymore. But for example, take a look like this one. They play it, let's just play this. Okay, so this one looks very, very cool, right? Looks cool, and we can see that it has a unique idea. You dash your way through, and then you like kind of break that wall. And you can see that things are very readable. Readability, dude. Readability is so important. It's ridiculous. I can go on to a different level. For example, this one I had an issue with because there's this thing that you blindness. I don't know what that is. But if you jump over, you just get it. So what I had to do is just jump like that. You can see, like, I just don't want to get that. I don't know what that does, but I don't want to have it. So you jump like that. Yeah, it's hard. I don't know how I got it. I got it like first try. You jump and then go. Yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, you get the idea. The gameplay in these levels are sometimes very, very annoying, and I think they should place more checkpoints. And another thing I want to say about checkpoints, just quickly, if you make a platformer level, put the checkpoint there where the first choke point is gonna come. So for example, if you head on over to my own level, which if you haven't already, go play it right now, gamer. So my level starts off very, very easy, you know, there's nothing really that hard about it. And so far there's no checkpoint. I mean, you should be able to do this all first try. However, if you approach this part, you'll see that there is a checkpoint. And this is because this is where the level kind of spikes up in difficulty, because if you go on like that, you will die. And restarting the level from here from 0 would be very, very not cool, you know? And this is where the first gimmick is used, where you have to like randomly click these guys in order to proceed. And there's also this very hard part where, you know, there's this fire, very cool stuff. And yeah, it goes on. So the lesson is for checkpoints, just place them right before the choke point. If you think there is a very hard part, just put a checkpoint right before it so people don't get mad. And also another thing I want to say about the checkpoint is that if you put a checkpoint and there's like a cutscene after it, just either put the checkpoint after the cutscene or use the item persist trigger. Look at this. So this is the first time I played this level. I click on this switch and then the camera moves like that and this thing opens up. And yeah, if you haven't played the level, go play it to see what that does. However, now if I die and go back there, I'm going to show you what's going to happen. So now I'm here and I have already died once. I have already switched this thing. So now if I click it, the camera is not going to move. The thing just opens on its own, and yeah, you don't have to watch this, you know, annoying cutscene every single time. Even though there is no checkpoint, you can actually do that with the item persist trigger, which I'm going to do a tutorial on, don't worry. And yeah, this way, it's just way cooler, you know. I don't want to see, there was like a level, let me just see. This level, look at this, I commented on it. There's like a boss fight at the end. And like there's a checkpoint before the boss fight, and the boss fight takes like 30 seconds to appear. Like you have to wait that every single time you die. So that is definitely something that you guys should not do in your platformer levels. And it's very, very simple to use the item persist trigger. You just have to put an ID in there and change the ID, and it's going to stay on every single attempt, and then check with the item compare if the ID is equal to that. And then if it is, then do the cutscene, and then if it's not the first attempt, then don't do it. Or you can do it with the item compare only. I don't really care, but I really don't want to see the cutscenes every single time. I think that's kind of like ruining the platformer levels a little bit. But don't get me wrong, the platformer levels, some of them are really, really amazing, even if they are not epic. This one, for example, this one has a very unique idea where you have to die, and then you come again, and then you use your body in order to proceed. I think some of them have really good ideas. However, I just wanted to talk about a bunch of things that were kind of annoying. And also another thing is that just like what happened with Colin's level, if you guys know, when this level dropped, he got a lot of hate from the comment section and stuff like that. And that was because the difficulty was very unbalanced, and also the gameplay was somewhat annoying. And I do get that. However, I wouldn't recommend, you know, spreading the hate too much. I would rather recommend staying silent on these subjects. And at the end of the day, this is like the first time we get all of these features at once. So it's pretty obvious that we're gonna get some, you know, some levels that are, you know, might have the wrong difficulty that we may not expect. So yeah, I've seen a lot of comments on like certain levels where people are just, you know, spreading super duper hate. But I think we shouldn't do that because we are still new to this update. Of course, there are so many new features. It's going to take us quite a while to learn them, and I'm trying my best to do the tutorials as well so you guys can also learn and also give you guys a bunch of lessons on how to make an enjoyable and a fun platformer level. Because yeah, like I said, this is the beginning of platformer levels. If they are not cool now, they are never going to be. And this is basically the root that we are planting right now. And yeah, I think this is it for this video. Let me know what you think about this type of subject, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.